And welcome to this video. My name is Tara and I'm going to do a follow-up video of the last video that I published regarding the law of attraction and manifestation. So I do want to go a bit further with regards to the law of attraction, especially with the mind. Now, the video that I published had a little bit of information around how to master the mind with our thoughts. So remember, your thoughts create your reality. If it's a positive mind frame, it's a negative mind frame, it's limiting, but there's more to it than that. And I need to go a bit deeper with this conversation because I want to clarify that we have different types of thoughts throughout our day. We have our belief system first. So I want to dissect this. The belief system that we all have is formed from our childhood, is formed by our observations, is formed by our experiences as well. So what we have gone through in childhood up until today, mostly childhood, because that's where we are sponges. That's where we observe, that's where we absorb, and that's where we start to integrate our belief system based on what we are learning from mostly our parents, our friends, our other relatives as well. So these belief systems start to form and they influence our thoughts. And I'm talking about more the subconscious thinking and the more deeper level thoughts, not so much have to get groceries, thinking about the past a little bit, thinking about this conversation with this person, the duties that I have to do during the day, the guy who cut me off in traffic, not those kind of thoughts. There are different types of thoughts. I'm talking about below the surface a little bit. The thoughts that we have around ourselves, around how we perceive the world, our world, how we perceive the interactions with other people, how we interact, how we interpret things, and how we feel our belief system about ourselves. Our thoughts create our emotions. It's all tied together. And I know there's a strong emphasis on our thoughts create our reality, but it also comes from our belief system, and it also is an emotional response. Our thoughts and our emotions are very connected, and it's very tied to, I feel the root is our belief system. So whatever you have gone through in your life, I do encourage you to go back, trace steps back all the way to childhood, what your parents believed in around money, around love, around the world, around health and wellness, whatever it is, that is where you're going to find a lot of your answers. And then look at your life, look at how you perceive money, look at how you perceive the world, look how you perceive relationships and love, all of those things, and your body as well. Any of the habits that could have been adopted along the way and integrated, and also even from friends and other experiences in life, you can go into other different areas, but a lot comes from the very beginning. And also those are the deepest roots that we can go into and explore. So our belief system forms our thoughts. Our belief system forms our thoughts, also is tied with our emotions and how we feel about our self-worth, how we feel about the future that we can create, how we feel about money, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about love, all those things. So the deeper that we can go and the further back in our past we can go, we will find the source. And it's all about finding the source. Because once you can find the source, then you can start working on your future. Then you can start attracting what you want. Then you can start reprogramming your mindset in a positive way. Now, I also have to be clear that we can't walk around all day thinking, I'm going to make money, I'm a millionaire, I'm going to find the love of my life. It can't be that way, and we won't, because we are preoccupied. We have a lot of things going on in our day-to-day, and we can't put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So the best advice that I could offer is to work on subconscious reprogramming before bed or first thing in the morning. That is when your mind is primed for rewiring and programming. So it's when you are tuning out of the day, when you're starting to rest and when your mind is becoming quiet at night, that you can start to integrate some of those messages. So you can do the I am statements, but also the I am statements need to come from a place of believing. The I am statements can be very meaningless if we don't believe in our abilities, if we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't believe in the future that we really can desire. It has to come from a deeper place. We can say I am this, I am that, I am love, I am success, I am abundance, but they kind of can be empty if we don't really believe it. We have to feel it. So you have to drop into the feeling of what it feels like to be loved, to be abundant, to have full bank accounts and maintain it and sustain it, to have a loving relationship that you want, a high vibrational expression of yourself to be out in the outer world, peace and joy and fulfillment and ease, whatever it is, how does it feel? And many of us may not have felt that before, so we really have to go deep into this work. So the I am statements can be a little bit empty if there isn't the power behind it of the belief system. I believe I am abundant. You don't have to say it like that, but feel it, feel it. I am abundant. What does that feel like in your core? If it's I am this, I am that, and I am this and that, and it's just the mind and the words being thrown out there, it's not going to stick. So before bed is the best time, and first thing in the morning, when your brain starts to wake up, when your mind, when your consciousness starts to wake up into the reality, into the world, then you can start to reprogram as well. So you can start bringing in those affirmations. You can start to visualize the future you want. You can start to feel how it feels living in the future that you want, how it feels being with the partner that you want, how it feels living a life of peace and joy and ease and abundance and success and whatever it is, how it feels being in your authentic power. Feel into it every morning. And then during the day, if you have a bad day or if you have a lot of stress, that's totally fine. Don't put pressure on yourself. You're putting it out there. You're already sending the signals out there, and it does take time. It takes time to adjust within yourself, and it takes time for things to transpire in the outer world to align to that vibrational match, law of attraction. So if we're sending signals out there with our mind, if our mind is just, yeah, I'd like this, I'd like that, and there's no substance behind it, then it's not going to stick. It has to come from the right belief system. So if I was to offer advice for anyone starting out on this, and even if you're already practicing this, then you could go deeper with it. You could go into the past. You can go into your deeper sense of self. You could start to backtrack a little bit and go into the belief system. What do you believe to be true? You have to connect with the feeling that you're already in it, that you're living in it, that is coming to you, that is here right now. And then you let go. And then you get on with your day. And if you want to drop into that feeling of feeling like you're already in it, then that's even better. The more that you do it, the better. But we also can't put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and we can't live in that frequency all the time. Our lives are very, very intertwined with all sorts of experiences in life. We have to take the pressure off of us, because also pressure does create a bit of resistance. We need to be in surrender mode. We need to work in flow with the ups, the downs, the challenges, the success, but always know what we want. And also we have to change within ourselves as well. If we want the success story, if we want a perfect relationship or the relationship, or if we want a certain lifestyle, if we want to live in a certain location, then we also have to adjust to how it feels being there with ourselves. It's one thing imagining it and seeing it visually, the house, the relationship, all the nice things, but we have to fit in that story. We have to be at the center of that story. So we have to be in a place of confidence. We have to be in a place of worth, of an abundant mindset, of being in a place of peace within ourselves so that we can attract peace. If we've had a very tumultuous or traumatic past, then we very well could be attracting some of those things in subconsciously. That's why it is so important. That's why it's so important to do subconscious work. Buried traumas, that energy will attract situations without you even realizing it. That's why it's important to go to the root cause. So law of attraction, our thoughts create our reality. However, our thoughts come from our belief system. So we can rewire, we can say the I ams, and just to start to know what we want, but then we need to go deeper. And we need to be careful that if we fall into the negative mindset, how long are we staying there? And what is the mindset and where is it coming from, the negative mindset? Where is it coming from will give us clues as far as what we need to go within, what we need to target within, what we need to address within our past perhaps to let it go, to change it, and to rewire our mindset for a positive and abundant future. So it is a bit of work. But the more that you can practice, the more that you will understand about yourself, the deeper you can go, and you'll start to see the results change over time. Have patience with it, but don't give up. Don't give up, because if you give up, you'll never know if you'll be able to get it. So I hope that offers a bit more guidance from the video that I recently published. And I'm wishing you all the best throughout your journey and beyond. Until next time, take care.